angels, I hope you're well. This video is going to be what's coming in for the month of June for Geminis. I'm actually changing it to where I'm going to start with the sign whose season we're in. And don't call me biased even though I'm a Gemini, but we're going to do it around the wheel that way. Anyways, I will say I did get a song for you, Gemini. It's HRT by Debbie McCallion, which happy Pride. But that song is very like hopeful renewal to me. I can't remember all the words right now, but it's just been stuck in my head. But I know she opens with, I'll do my best to be softer. I'll be like water. And then later on she says, we'll hold ourselves instead, always looking in the mirrors. So it's also about like, if you don't get the outside validation or acceptance that you need or that you want, then you can give that back to yourself. Maybe your nails are black or gray right now. She also sings, I want to paint my nails gray. But to start off for June for Gemini, other than that song that's kind of evoking that feeling, I do want to get 3 Oracle cards from the Ascended Masters deck, and then we'll look deeper into that with the Tarot Mystical Moments deck, as well as anything else that wants to come out. So 3 cards, please, Spirit, from the Ascended Masters deck. Okay. Well, we got 4. I'm going to keep them, though. 1 flipped over. We have Purification with White Tara, which I feel like that's so perfect with what I was just saying with HRT. Is that feeling of like renewal, of hope. It feels like a time where you're coming more into yourself or returning to yourself. And it's almost like something was removed or you moved past something that was keeping you from being more so your authentic self, which I feel like is more connected to like a lightness of being. It doesn't necessarily have to be the light, but just a lighter way of being. I want to say more airy, which, you know, Gemini is an air sign. We have Nurture Yourself with Mother Mary. I feel like that's going in line with the same message too. It's like if you're not getting without, go within. And I do feel strongly very much like a glow up period is on the horizon too. You may already be in one. I think I said this not too long ago as well, but this glow up, not only is it like spiritual in a sense, and I feel like you have matured in certain ways as well, but I do feel like there's a physical glow up, and it might just be because you are nurturing yourself and taking better care of yourself. We have, okay, this is interesting because I saw this card in my mind's eye, but I didn't know like what it would have to do with, so I didn't just want to like call it. But we have Osiris for father, husband, brother, son. You could literally be one of those roles, or this is a family figure with, well, I want to take it with the 4th card. So we have Parvati with positive change. I feel like too with this healing energy, you may be healing a wound that has to do with either a male figure or your masculine energy. But again, you could be in that role. There is significance around the male figures in your life, whether that is to take a look at or if there is a present situation. But now I will get a few cards. I almost feel like Nurture Yourself and Purification can kind of be grouped together because I feel like they're in line with the same message. So I want to look deeper into how you're getting back to yourself in this time. I also just saw swans, but then I saw oh my gosh, Mimi. I have a Mazzy Star necklace. Oh my god. I love the album. Roseblood's on it. I have the necklace. Anyways, I can't remember, but I have a Mazzy Star necklace. And I'm thinking of that and swans. Swans mate for life. maybe that's something you're looking for, but I do feel like it's loving yourself. But I say that, and we have Knight of Cups. Now, this still can be you pouring into your own cup. You can be the knight of your own cup. But what I didn't want to say earlier, because I didn't want to turn it into a love reading if it wasn't coming out, there could be somebody new, Gemini. The Lovers, literally there could be someone new, Gemini. You just got Knight of Cups. The Lovers, which this is also your card, by the way, Gemini. Because, what I was going to say, I didn't want to say, is not only did I get HRT by Debbie McCallion, but also Joyful Thought, which I know I've got Joyful Thought before in one of my big epic love readings I got a few months ago. Particularly the line, I know it's weird to say you changed me, but things have been really hard for me lately. I don't need anything, just when you talk to me, I can't believe that anyone would ever be that nice to me. Because here's one thing, now I'm going to follow that thread, and I feel like this person is going to be so patient with you, Gemini, and that's what you need. You're probably not patient, but you need somebody who's patient with you. It's and I do want to say, you're inviting this in by the care that you're putting into yourself. The ways that you are evolving yourself in different ways is attracting this person to you. Not because you weren't lovable before, but it makes a difference when you grow and expand your energy and just your life in general, you know, getting more involved in things that make you happy, putting care into yourself. But anyways, what I want to say is, like, this person's going to let you be weird, and you're going to be like, whoa. And here's the thing too, I know that the love reading that I just got for Gemini, what's next in love, was not positive. This does not feel like that person. So remember, we all have free will. Maybe you already circumnavigated the situation. Maybe this person's free will had them not fuck with you. Maybe you saw my video and knew not to fuck with that person. But this is good. This is good. The color orange could be significant for sure. Maybe that's a reference to the sacral chakra, but you could definitely be meeting somebody new this month. If you're looking, Gemini, if you're looking. If not, it could just be that you are expanding a current connection deeper. We do have the Devil card. I want to get some clarification on the Devil. Now, this is coming under the Healing Oracle, though. Please clarify the Devil. We might have to do a part 2 on this, actually. The Devil on the Star. Okay, I can work with that. Let's go to part 2 for what's coming in June for Gemini. Hey, angels, part 2 of what's coming in for June with Gemini, or coming in for Gemini in June. Anyway, part 1, we were talking about this glow up you're having, nurturing yourself. I feel like there's an energy of renewal and being gentle with yourself in June, as well as something being significant with the role of father, husband, brother, son, positive change happening there. But I was pulling some tarot on the healing aspects, and I said, I just need to call things when I feel them, so then when it comes out, it's just like confirmation for everyone, including myself. But we got the Knight of Cups and the Lovers, and I do feel like a potential love story could be occurring for Gemini, especially too, since the Lovers is literally your signature card. This person could be a Capricorn or an Aquarius. They could be another Gemini, but that's just extra confirmation energy, whatever. Now, I feel like with the Star and the Devil, especially with purification, It sounds generalized, but there could be like a bad habit that you're giving up at this time. I know what mine is. But also, there could have been a cycle around chasing and then avoiding, chasing and then avoiding when it comes to your romantic life. And it's because that kind of brought you a high in a sense. If I hope this resonates in the way I'm saying it. But it's like you've closed that because you've started to understand why it is that you react that way in relationships. I feel like there has been some deep soul searching, and it's almost like you didn't recognize that the way you were reacting to love or relationships was even a problem because the highs are so high that you felt that that was normal and didn't even think it needed to, like, weren't aware that it needed to be looked at or didn't want to be looked at. But I think you've realized, like, okay, hey, the way that I've been acting in all this obviously isn't helping me get to the end goal of what I want, which is a healthy partnership. So there's been some significant healing on that. Working on yourself is bringing this in, as well as really acknowledging those core wounds. But definitely feel like you could be meeting a new romantic connection. Aside from the color orange and the songs that I mentioned, butterflies could be significant. Obviously, I know it's super common to see butterflies, but take it as you will. Maybe they are a specific sign for you, but I'm really proud of the metamorphosis you've been going through, Gemini. And, you know, Uranus just moved into Gemini, and I think we'll be there the next 14 years? It's either 7 or 14, and I should remember, but I don't. Drink more water. You may have also had some shopping impulses lately. You need to hunker down on your finances if you're not already. If you've got stacked checking, stacked savings, no debt, ignore me. But if you've had some shopping impulses lately, you need to slow down. And think about the things you actually want to do, like maybe traveling or investing in a better home, investing in a better car. Maybe instead of like buying fast fashion type things, at least invest in pieces or invest in your appearance. Not to be shallow, but like better to invest in things than just like, oh, I want to spend money and get a dopamine hit, right? So now let's move into this section with positive changes with father, husband, brother, son. I'm directed to think about something that just occurred in one of my friends' lives. And I am wanting to say something about, you know, the time that we have with others is precious because you just never know. Because I feel like whatever this is indicating, and we have the Hermit and the King of Swords here, is for the better of this relationship or your relationship with others as a father, husband, brother, son. But there's something, and I'm just guided to a situation in my own life as I start to say this. There's something about the cold, contained facade and somebody that has one of these roles to you, or your relation to somebody as someone in the role of father, husband, brother, son, where a cold, contained front is melting. And they were forced to see themselves in a different light. For some, I think it's like a mini spiritual awakening for the first time. King of Swords on the bottom of the deck again. Kind of how I said that you realized that there is a common denominator in perhaps your behavior and why relationships may not have worked out if that part resonated for you. It's like this person is realizing that how they behaved in certain situations is not serving them. I think there is a lack of fulfillment in their lives because there is a certain level of depth they were never able to reach. And I feel like whoever this person is, Queen of Swords now, there's something that you've done that's made this person really proud, or like realize that they should be proud of you. It's given them a perspective change, and I feel like they're definitely, for some of you, you're going to get an actual sort of apology from this person in expressing pain or grief over pain that they may have caused you. I'm seeing something about a bicycle or tricycle, perhaps one of those like, you know, those chunky like Barbie or like Hot Wheels. I don't know. So definitely tying back to the inner child for someone. Queen of Swords on the bottom. So yeah, lots of defensive energy has been in this relationship. But something's melting with that. Something's going to be looked at new because they just can't carry that burden anymore. I feel like this is going to be a very healing month for you, Gemini. I feel like some of y'all also may end up going on like a surprise kind of weekend getaway unexpectedly. You could decide to do that for yourself, but I almost feel like you're going to get asked to kind of go somewhere and do something, even if it's like a staycation kind of situation, like maybe you just have like plans all weekend with somebody. I'm also seeing like ribbons like tied in hair, you know, kind of like the big bows that like Lana will wear. Something about that. And it's like, even with the father, husband, brother, son card, there's something about leaning more so into the feminine energy again. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say about this. Give me just a moment. The only other thing was Spirit said that if you have canceled or pushed off like a doctor, like I'm talking routine, like doctor's visit, dentist, picking up your prescription, Spirit wants you to get on that. And it's not that anything's like scary, bad, or wrong, but you just need to like get on top of that. Because it could throw you out of balance. Like, if you need an appointment, they might catch something like minor, but it might be annoying otherwise if you don't go. And then if you need to pick up a prescription, they're saying that like if you wait too long, they may be out of stock and then you have to wait longer. So that's the only thing I got for that. But anyways, Gemini, that is your June message. I'll do collective messages too throughout the month, and you'll get your what's next in love later in the month too. But anyways, love you all. I'll see you next time.